Hello students, today we will read this chapter, The Treasure Hunt. Treasure means quantity of precious metals and gems, and hunt means to find. So the chapter is about to find the treasure. This text is an adaptation from an extract from Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson. Two groups of men are in search of a treasure. One group consists of pirates led by Long John Silver, and the other group consists of Jim, a young boy, and his friend Dr. Livesey, Gray, the squire, and Bangan. They reach the pit where they think the treasure lies buried. Will they find it? Before I start the chapter, let me tell you some story about this chapter, from which novel this has been taken. So the novel starts with the boy Jim. Jim, who is the main character in this story, as well as Long John Silver also. Jim is a poor boy. He lives with his father and mother at their inn. Inn means a kind of hotel. In their inn, one traveler came and asked for a room. They gave him room, and that traveler dies in the inn. When he died, Jim found a map from his jacket. Jim took that map to the squire. Squire means title given to English landowner in the old days. The same squire we are talking about, the name of that squire is Gray. So they find that that piece of paper was a map. They thought to hunt for the treasure. So they hired Long John Silver with their crew members to find out the treasure. Story starts with this scene, and in this chapter we shall read how both groups went to find the treasure. See how many groups are there in this chapter. One group consists of Long John Silver, who is the villain in this story, and his crew member. Crew member means his members that help him in the ship. Jim, Dr. Livesey, Gray, and Squire. Gray the squire, and Bangan. They were in the other group. Both of the groups wanted to find out where the treasure lies. See who will find the treasure. Let's read this chapter and what happened during the chapter. We made a strange looking party, all in dirty sailor clothes and all armed, except me. Long John Silver, with his parrot on his shoulder, held a rope which was fastened around my waist. Some of the men were carrying picks and shovels. Here, Jim is telling the story how he found the treasure. He was telling the scene where all the party men in dirty clothes and all armed except me. Armed means they all were in with their weapons, but Jim was without any weapon. Now Long John Silver had tied Jim, and he tied a rope around his waist, and some of the men were carrying picks and shovels. Shovels, a kind of tool to dig up the earth. And you can see Long John Silver in this picture. He has carried a parrot on his shoulder, and he wanted to take all the treasure that was lying, and the map that was carried by Jim, he wanted to take the whole treasure only himself. So he tied Jim because during their journey Jim heard his conspiracy that Long John Silver is going to kill everybody on the ship. Jim told the captain that this person is going to kill everybody except his crew members. We have to do something. So captain thought of a plan and he said, we will ask them to rest on the bank for some time and we shall be safe. The buccaneers with oaths and cries began to leap one after another into the pit and to dig with their tools, throwing the board aside as they did so. Now at one place on the map, according to the map, they reached one place. There his men started to dig up the earth because they were thinking that the treasure was lying there. They started digging the earth with their tools. Morgan found a piece of gold and he held it up angrily. It was a 2-guinea piece and it went from hand to hand among them for a minute or so. Now Morgan was also with them with Long John Silver. While digging up the earth, they found 2-guinea piece. Guinea is a British gold coin no longer in use. They found only 2-guinea piece where they thought that the treasure was buried. 2 guineas only? Roared Mary, shaking it at Silver. That's your 700,000 pounds, is it? Now Mary, who was also their member, and he became very angry, and he threw 2 guineas to the Silver, and he said, "That's your 700,000 pounds, is it?" Because they expected their 700,000 pounds. "Dig away, boys," commanded the Silver with the coolest look you will find. Now Silver was thinking that treasure must be there. He asked them to dig up the earth. "Friends, do you hear that?" Mary screamed. "I tell you now that man there knew it all along. Look in the face of him. You'll see it written there." Now Mary was very angry and he started to shouting that look, that man, he knew all along that there was no treasure hidden there. Look in the face of him. You will see it written there. Now Mary was going against the Long John Silver because they couldn't find any treasure. "Oh, Mary," said Silver, "you are standing for captain again? You are a pushing lad, to be sure." Now Silver said, he was very calm. He said, "You are very brave that you are speaking against the captain." This time everyone was entirely in Mary's favor. They began to scramble out of the deep pit, casting furious glances at Long John Silver. I observed that they all got out on the opposite side from Silver. Now everybody in his group was entirely against the Long John Silver and they were in favor of Mary, and they began to scramble out of the deep pit. Scramble means to dig more and more, and they started to dig up the earth more and more, and they made a deep pit, casting furious glances. Furious means to be very angry. Glances means look. They were very angry. They were looking angrily at Long John Silver. I observed that all got out of the opposite side from Silver. Now Jim was saying, I here means Jim was speaking. So he said that all were against the opposite side of Silver. Well, there we stood, Silver and I on one side and the pirates on the other side, with the pit between us. Silver never moved. He watched them very upright on his crutch and looked as cool as ever I saw him. He was brave and no mistake. Silver and Jim were on one side because Silver had tied Jim, and pirates who were their crew member, who were Silver's crew member, they turned against him, and there was a pit between them. Silver never moved. Silver was very brave, and he watched them upright on his crutch. Crutch means a stick to help in walking, and looked as cool as ever I saw him. And Silver was very cool as he saw him ever. He was brave and no mistake, and he was without any doubt, and he was very brave. Jim, he whispered, take that and be ready for trouble, and handed me the musket. At last, merry maids, there's two of them alone, one old cripple with a crutch. It was his idea. He has brought us here. The other's only a boy. I want him now, friends. What happens, students? Jim, he whispered. Long John Silver asked to Jim that be ready for the trouble. What trouble? Because his crew members turned against Silver. They turned against Silver and they wanted to kill him. Now Long John Silver gave him a rifle-like gun which is called musket. At last Mary says, mates, because now Silver and Jim were alone on one side. Mary said they are alone. Once an old cripple. Cripple means the person who walk not steadily. Cripple with a crutch, and it was his idea. Mary said it was his idea to bring us here. He has brought us here. The other's only a boy. I want him now, friends. Mary wanted that boy. He raised his arm to shoot. Just as Mary raised his arm to shoot, just then, crack, 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 3 gunshots came from behind. Mary fell. The pirates with the bandage fell on his side. The other 3 buccaneers turned and ran as fast as they could. As soon as Mary turned to them to kill them, just then from behind, 3 gunshots shot him and Mary fell dead. Do you think who killed Mary? It was Jim. Jim killed Mary in order to save himself. The pirate with the bandage fell on his side. Other pirate also fell on his side. The other 3 buccaneers, pirates. Pirates means, is it clear? Pirates, the person who loot the ship. The other 3 buccaneers turned and ran as fast as they could. Other 3 pirates also ran. At the same moment, Dr. Livesey, Gray and Ben Gunn joined us, coming from the wood. Just then, Dr. Livesey, Gray and Ben Gunn joined us because they were also his members and they were coming from the forest. Forward, cried the doctor. Double quick, my lads. We must stop them from getting back to their boats. But we did not have to hurry. In a more open part of the plateau, we could see the 3 pirates still running in the same direction as they had started. Right from Mizzenmast Hill, they had no way of escaping. Now Jim found Dr. Livesey, Gray and Ben Gunn. They joined us because from the starting they were together. Forward, cried the doctor. Double quick, my lads. We must stop them. Them means here the pirates, they were running to get back to their boats. But we did not have to hurry. In a more open part of the plateau, we could see 3 pirates still running in the same direction. They were on the shore. That's why they wanted to catch the pirates. Those who were running back to the boat in order to board in the boat. And they were right to the Mizzenmast Hill. They had no way of escaping. He said that they were on the hill. There is no way of escaping. We sat down for a rest. Dr. Livesey sent Gray back for one of the pickaxes. deserted by the buccaneers on their flights. Then we proceeded leisurely downhill to where the boats were lying. He related in a few words what happened to the treasure. It was a story that deeply interested Silver, and Ben Gunn was the hero of it. They sat down for rest. Dr. Livesey sent Gray back for one of the pickaxes. Pickaxes is a tool, and that buccaneers left in the woods, in the forest. Then, as we proceeded leisurely, they were very calm. They were moving forward to the downhill where the boats were lying. He related in a few words what had happened to the treasure. Now Ben Gunn was telling but what happened to the treasure. It was a story that deeply interested Silver. Because Silver was also pirate, he wanted to keep all the treasure, so he was interested in this story. Ben Gunn was the hero of it. Ben, in his long, lonely wandering around the island, had found the treasure. Ben, who was the hero. Now look, who was Ben? Ben, who was left by Long John Silver, he was the member of his crew, and he was left alone by Long John Silver during their loot, and he was left on an island. Ben Gunn was the member of Long John Silver's crew. He narrates how he hid and dug up the treasure and kept it with himself. He had dug it up and had carried it on his back in many weary journeys, from the foot of the tall pine to a cave he had on the two-pointed hill at the northeast angle of the island, and there it had lain stored in safety for 2 months. Now Ben Gunn told how he was left alone and how he completed the whole journey from the pine trees to the cave where he hidden the treasure. We set out for Ben Gunn's cave. We passed the two-pointed hill and met the squire who was waiting for us at the mouth of the cave. To me, he was most kind, but to Silver, he had already changed sides and joined our party. He said, "John Silver, you are a wretch and a pirate. Your hands are full of blood, the men you have killed." Now Ben Gunn knew which kind of person was Long John Silver. As they reached in the cave, to me he was the most kind. For to me here, me is Jim here. For Jim, Long John Silver was kind. But Silver only had changed his side, otherwise he was pirate, because Ben Gunn knew very well. Ben Gunn said, "John Silver, you are a wretch." Wretch means wicked person, a villain. Long John Silver said, "You are a wretch and a pirate. Your hands are full of blood," means you have killed so many people. "Thank you kindly, sir," replied Long John meekly, and saluted the squire. Thereupon we all entered the cave. It was large, airy, with a little spring and a pool of clear water overhung the ferns. The floor was sand. In a far corner, our only duskly flickered over by the blaze. I beheld great heaps of coins and bars of gold. Now, Long John Silver, as usually, he was very calm. He said, "Thank you kindly, sir." Meekly means timidly, humbly. Very humbly he said, "Thank you," and saluted the squire. Thereupon all of them entered in the cave. The cave was large. It was an airy place. A little spring was inside the cave with clear water, and there were ferns, plants also. The floor was sand. There was sand on the floor, and in the one corner only duskly flickered over means faintly lit, a dimly light. In the dimly light they saw the great heaps of coins and bars of gold. At last they found the treasure that was hidden in the cave. So the Bengal earlier found the treasure and he kept all the treasure in the cave and saved that treasure. So this was the story how they found the treasure. I hope you enjoyed it.